Welcome to Using Models on Quantrix Qloud. This video will guide you through the basics of Qloud so that you're up to speed on how the product works and terminology you may see when using it. These are the topics we'll be discussing in this video. If you want to learn more about a certain subject, you can skip ahead to that part of the video. So, what is Qloud? Qloud is Quantrix Online. Unlike Modeler, which is a desktop application, Qloud allows you to interact with models right in your web browser. Overall, it's the best way to share models with your team. With Qloud, you can share models to different people with different roles, edit cells, and collaborate with colleagues all directly within your web browser. To get a better understanding of what makes Qloud special, let's take a look at how it compares to Modeler. Modeler is a desktop application, whereas Qloud is browser-based. In Modeler, you have the ability to build models and dashboards, whereas Qloud, you're focused on editing cells and manipulating widgets. In Modeler, you can create and manage all of your formulas. In Qloud, you don't need to worry about formulas. In fact, you won't even see them. In Modeler, you can create user roles and permissions. In Qloud, you're sharing and collaborating with others. Qloud is your single source of truth. That means that you no longer need to email spreadsheets back and forth, hoping that all the data is still accurate. Changes you make within Qloud are shared with everyone, and you don't need to worry about formulas or structure breaking. Additionally, with Qloud, you can grant access to your models with tailored permissions. This ensures that everyone only sees and edits what they need to. These permissions can be revised by the model owner. Let's take a look at some of the terminology you might see when using Qloud. A model owner is the person who created and shared the model. An admin or administrator is a person who manages a Qloud instance, and a user can be both. There are also different role types. You can see here that there are 3 default options to choose from: Modeler, User, and Viewer. The model owner can also create new roles with specialized permissions. You'll also notice that when sharing a model, you can allow the user to check out the model with Modeler, not just Qloud. We'll talk more about these 3 role types coming up next. Role types are assigned based on the model, and as we just saw, there are 3 default types to choose from: Viewer, User, and Modeler. At the viewer level, a person can view but not edit a model. The next step up is User. The user level can manipulate widgets like sliders and make cell edits in Qloud. The highest level is Modeler. Just like the user role, a modeler can manipulate widgets and make cell edits. The most noticeable differences between a user and a modeler role will show up if someone is granted checkout permissions. The user role will have less access than a modeler. You can read more about this topic in our online help. Now, we'll show you how to set up your account. There are different ways to set up your Qloud account. If you have a desktop modeler license, there are ways within the product that you can sign up and enter your credentials. We'll have more on this in a different video. Or you might only be using Quantrix on the web. In this case, there are 3 main branches. You may want to set up your account proactively, your company admin might set it up for you, or someone has shared a model with you and you've received an email. In the next step, we'll show you how to set up your account if someone has sent you a model. For many of you, your first introduction to Qloud will be an email that looks like this. If you receive this mail, it's because someone has shared a model with you. There are a few important pieces of information within this notification: who shared the model, the name of the model, your access link, any notes from the model owner, and your assigned role, which sets your level of permissions. Your next step is to click the access link. Once you've clicked the access link, you'll be redirected to a page that looks like this. If you already have a Qloud account, you can go ahead and sign in. If, however, you're brand new to Qloud, you can click Sign Up Now, highlighted in red. You'll enter your name, create a username, enter your email, and set up a new password to get started. And now that you've signed up, you just need to confirm your account. Simply click the link in the automated email you just received. Then fill in your email or username. Next, enter your password. You'll also notice there's a blue arrow icon, which allows you to switch to a different account. Lastly, to ensure that we comply with local privacy laws, we ask that you enter your location. Welcome to the Qloud homepage. Later in the video, we'll show you more about navigating Qloud, but for now, let's jump into the model. To do that, simply click the name of the model. In this case, I was granted the role of user. That means I can manipulate widgets, like these sliders, or can make cell edits. Let's change the interest from 4% to 3%. Everything updates in real time. You'll also notice that items are filtered at the top. We can change the view from Charlotte to Denver. Now let's move to the Cash Flow tab. Once again, you'll notice filtering at the top, and you can actually move items from axis to axis. This allows you to pivot your data to get different views. Let's move Cash Flow item underneath Year. In Qloud, you won't see any formulas. This helps to maintain the integrity of the model, even as it is shared. If you want to go back to the Qloud homepage, simply click the Qloud icon in the top left or Home. As we mentioned, you can create a username and password to sign in. But now, as of our 22.1 release, our Enterprise Qloud Plus offering supports single sign-on.
Quantrix Qloud Enterprise Plus now supports single sign-on. Using SSO, once you're logged into your corporate identity provider, you'll be able to go directly into Quantrix Qloud without logging in again. You will also be able to use your same corporate login to open models from and publish models to the cloud from your Quantrix Modeler desktop. You've probably seen that flow from the browser before for other applications you use with single sign-on. But let me show you what it will look like from the modeler. I've got the launch panel open, and here you can see I'm not yet logged into Qloud. If I click this drop-down, a browser tab will open, asking me for an email address. If the address you enter here is part of your SSO domain, you'll be asked by that provider, in this case Microsoft, for your password. You'll be redirected to Qloud, where you'll be asked also if you want to give the Quantrix Modeler application access to the contents of your cloud. Say yes, of course, and the process is complete. Modeler is now connected to your cloud via your corporate credentials. Keep in mind that if your organization uses two-factor authentication, you'll also be prompted for that in this process. One more thing. For all of this to work, your organization will need to have configured SSO on your cloud, of course, and your modeler client will need to be pointing to the correct cloud URL. You can double-check that by going to Options, Cloud, and make sure this URL reflects your company's cloud server location.
Now let's take a quick tour of the Qloud platform. The Qloud homepage is the initial landing screen upon logging into your Qloud account. From here, you can access models you own and models shared with you, view model versions, share models that you own with others, access your account information, review Qloud Help documentation, and set up automation rules and explore templates functionality if this feature has been enabled for your Enterprise Qloud instance. Upon logging in, you'll land on the home page where you can see all models owned by you and shared with you. Expand the details of any model to view information such as the model hyperlink and your access level. If you have a long list of models in your library, use the filter to quickly find the one you're looking for. Or easily sort your models by date, name, or file size. At any time, you can check your account details by clicking the account icon in the top right of the home page. If you have any questions, check out the Help menu for Qloud documentation and compatibility information. If you have questions about your account settings or need to reset your password, you can do so by viewing your account details. Click the icon in the top right corner of your screen and select Account from the drop-down. Here, you can reset your password or user details and also view your model usage settings. If you have any questions about any of these, be sure to talk to your Qloud admin. Don't forget that if you have any questions, you can always access the Qloud online help documentation by clicking Help in the top right menu. You can also view modeler compatibility information from here too.
Thanks for watching. In this video, we reviewed using your models on Qloud. If you still have questions, one of our other videos might be a good place to start. And as always, more information can always be found in our online help.